What is up, my friends? You are very welcome along to Thursday night show. We are closing in on the Reds game against Forest at the weekend, and there will be a preview coming up later on tonight, so do check that out. I think Connor's putting the video out at about 10 o'clock or so do keep an eye out. But for now, well, we're going to keep looking at the transfer market and the latest stories. As always, we've scoured through today's media and found a couple of stories that we think you guys may find interesting, and of course, it will all lead towards our search for midfielders in the summer. You know what to do. I want to know your thoughts in the comment section. Drop a like on the video, and if you haven't hit the subscribe button, we are closing in on 170,000 subscribers, so every single one really does make a difference. Let's get into it, and again, let's talk Alexis McAllister for a minute. It really seems to be heating up right now with Liverpool's interest in Alexis McAllister, and of course his interest in potentially joining us. What we do know is, we know that his father has said that he expects his son to leave the Amex in the summer. He hasn't given any indication of where he may move to, but if you're looking at the bookies, and these are always a good indication in these type of scenarios, it's never nailed on, but it's always an indication. Well, the bookies have Liverpool as favourites to be Alexis McAllister's next club in the summer, having us up at 6-4. Manchester United, the next favourites, are 5-1, so quite a difference there. And I have to say, the more that the week has gone by, the more I've read more stories, the more I do really think that the likes of Mason Mount and Alexis McAllister are two very achievable and very realistic targets. Now, I would like one superstar in that midfield alongside them. Not going to mention any names. Yeah, we'll all pause there just for a minute because I'll let you just insert your own name in there. But you know the one we're thinking about, right? The one that who shall not be mentioned. Let's push on though. So Alexis McAllister does look like he is favourite to come to Liverpool, and I'm all for it. Right age bracket, Premier League proven, World Cup winner, bags of energy, lots to admire about him. I would like it to be a reasonable fee. So I've seen 60 million being mentioned, and for me, that's just a little bit too rich. I'd like to get him in around the 50 million mark, but it's easier said than done, right? Brighton have the advantage in this. They have two players that will be very highly sought after in the summer in Moses Caicedo, of course, and Alexis McAllister. And I've not seen anything recently to link us back to Caicedo. So it does look like Alexis McAllister is one of the targets for midfield. Would you be happy with that? I would, definitely. Much more comfortable with Alexis McAllister over the likes of a Mason Mount. I don't mind a Mason Mount if he's the third in the midfield trio. So Alexis McAllister, favourite to come to Liverpool Football Club. Another player who's been linked with Liverpool a lot, and this is a young player. So obviously we know we brought in Stefan Bajcetic for about €300,000 from Celta Vigo. Well, Liverpool have been linked with another young midfielder, but this time they would have to pay a far higher, although still reasonable, buyout clause. So Gabri Vega, Veiga, if you're looking to search, is a 20-year-old midfielder who is really, really good and has been linked with a move to Liverpool a lot in recent months. Now, he does have a buyout clause, and the story that I read today suggests that Celta Vigo would want the full buyout clause paid if Liverpool or anybody is to come in for Gabri. And you're looking at €40 million. That's the buyout clause there for Gabri Vega. So I don't know. Still reasonable, right? Yeah, if we're looking at midfields where Enzo Fernandez is 106 million, he who shall not be mentioned is about 120 million. Then when you're seeing these type of figures, 35, 36 million pound for a player who is again in the right age bracket, has had a very good season so far, 27 appearances for Celta Vigo this year, and is very highly thought of. Now, it's no surprise that we're again looking at a club who has brought through another great talent, and I think there could be something to this one. Maybe not necessarily in this window. Maybe it's one for a season down the line, but certainly a player worth keeping an eye out with regards to Liverpool. I'm not saying he's going to be our new Nabil Fekir that's linked every window for 3 or 4 years, but I do think there's something to this. I don't know if it's the scouting system that's flagged this up. I don't know if it's a relationship with the club, but either way, type of player that I get excited about seeing Liverpool looking at, because we do need energy and legs in our midfield with a bit of guile and creativity as well. Now, we move on to other targets, and a couple of things that have done the rounds today. Liverpool again being linked with Ruben Neves, which I don't believe, to be honest. I think they're far better, more suitable targets for Liverpool in the current window. Roberto Firmino has been linked with a move to the MLS, a move to a fairly new club, St. Louis City. Don't know if there's any legs to this or not, but the Mirror have been reporting it today that Roberto Firmino is of interest to them. And look, if I'm Bobby and I'm getting to a retirement age, the idea of moving over to the States or somewhere else to kind of have a chilled end to your career, Why not? He's earned it. He's earned the right, and it will be a very sad day when he leaves Liverpool Football Club. Now, of course, I can't go through a transfer video without speaking about. You're expecting me to say somebody else there, right? About Ryan Gravenberch. And there's again been mixed stories today in the media about his availability and about what he wants to do. So every day I wake up and I read through these things and I find just conflicting reports. 1 minute you're seeing him liking posts that suggest that that Bayern Munich have no interest in selling him, that they're under no pressure to sell him. And then another day, you're seeing him liking stuff linking him with moves away from the club. So Fabrizio Romano has said Liverpool are waiting for Gravenberch, but Bayern consider him really important player. So Liverpool have to consider Mason Mount as well as Alexis McAllister, but we'll probably know more in the next few weeks. And again, that's not the only story today about Ryan Gravenberch. Neil Jones of Goal has said it is understood that Ryan Gravenberch is leaning towards the idea of another fresh start in the summer, and that the player's agent, Rafaela Pimenta, has already begun listing with potential buyers, or liaising, I should say, with potential buyers, and there are a few interested parties. Now, if you add into this what a former Liverpool player has said, Mr. Enrique, Jose has said that as far as he's concerned, that deal is done and dusted and he will end up at Liverpool if he moves. I don't know. But it is another intelligent piece of business by the football club. Now, let me just paint a picture for you guys of how I'm seeing this unfolding. So we know that there's a pot of money for Liverpool this summer. We also know that he who shall not be mentioned has no definitive knowledge of where he shall be playing next year yet. So I wonder if we see a window where you've Alexis McAllister, a Mason Mount and a Ryan Gravenberch for a combined, let's call it, £125 million. That isn't anywhere near the levels of money we've been talking about spending. So could that be for a reason? I couldn't possibly state. I couldn't know. I'd only be guessing. But there's more and more legs to stuff for me than we're seeing in the media. There's more truth to what may actually happen. And Jason McAteer has been speaking about he who shall not be mentioned, saying that he thinks Liverpool will go back in. So look, I'm taking the club at face value. I promise you I wouldn't be making any more videos about he who shall not be mentioned, but it is something that I don't think is over either. But let's wait and see what happens. Again, just to recap on yesterday, I was very surprised to see the quote from Fabrizio Romano saying that Liverpool are looking at bringing in a fullback in the market. I just wonder, and this is me asking you guys for a bit of help on this one, who have you seen us linked to, or who do you think we should be linked to from a fullback position? Obviously, there was the kid from Bayer Leverkusen, but I think United have done a lot of groundwork on that one. So if there's any other names or suggestions of players you'd like us to maybe do a little profile of, or some players that you think Liverpool should be looking at, we're always happy to cover these things. So let us know in the comment section. Again, don't forget to drop a like on the video. As you're watching this, we're probably over doing a stream of the Manchester United Sevilla game over on our Twitch channel. Of course, we will be live from 2 p.m. 2 p.m. at the weekend for the game against Forest. That game won't be shown obviously on the UK channel, so you're going to have to get creative. But if you want to come and join us, we will be live an hour before kickoff. As always, my friends, it's a pleasure to chat with you. Don't forget, we'll be putting out the team news, or the predictions video, I should say. Call it a team news video in my head because I like to think I picked a team. We'll be putting out a predictions video for the Forest game soon as well, so do keep an eye out for that later on tonight. Much love. Bye-bye.